All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. This video is going to be talking about how the African Americans, the Negroes, so-called black people, whatever you want to call them, man, right? Whatever you want to call us, and the Latinos and the Native Americans, man, we deserved everything that Yahweh gave to us, right? As a punishment for disobedience, we deserved all of it, man. And this isn't going to be a long video, or I don't plan on making it be a long video, but ultimately it's down to Yahweh how long this video ends up being, man. But I just want to say again, we deserved everything that we received by the hand of the Lord, man, right? We deserved to go through the Atlantic slave trade. The Native Americans deserved to be slaughtered like how they were slaughtered and taken out of their own land and given a small portion of their own land. They deserved it all, right? But when we repent and turn back onto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all of our enemies are going to deserve what we're going to give them, right? And I'm going to say that again, man. All of our enemies are going to deserve what we're going to give them after we've gone through all of the things that we deserved as our judgment and our punishment for our disobedience. They're going to deserve what we give them because Yahweh knew we was going to go off, right? Yahweh knew we was going to not listen. This is Deuteronomy chapter 31 and verse 19. Now therefore write ye this song for you and teach it the children of Israel, put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness against me, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. I'll read that again. Now therefore write ye this song for you and teach it the children of Israel, put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxen fat, then they will turn to other gods and serve them and provoke me and break my covenant. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness. For it shall not be forgotten out of their mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination, which they go about even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swear. So Yahweh knew we was going to go off and we was going to sin before we even went into the land of Israel. And did we not do that? Right? And are we not still doing that? Even though he's brought a heavy judgment on us, right? So he's going to have to even still bring it even worse on us than the Atlantic slave trade. And guess what? We're going to deserve that too, right? Because all these 2/3 Israelites that have heard that they're Israelites and now they've heard the reason for why they went through the Atlantic slave trade. They heard the reason, right? They heard the reason why their ancestors went through the Atlantic slave trade, and they're still want to say, nah, I don't accept that. God shouldn't have did that, right? Even though they themselves have not stopped doing what their forefathers did and turned and changed and repented for their wicked ways, they think that they should be exempt from going through anything, man. But that's not what it's going to be, though. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations with Yahweh thy power have driven thee, meaning that we had to go through the good and the bad, right? We had to go through both the blessings and the curse. Now, what's one of the curses, man? Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 6 to 8. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall save, and no man shall buy you, or really no man shall redeem you out of it, right? And no man has been able to redeem us out of it. And that's why right now our women can be as disrespectful as they want to us, and we ain't even really got no power to do anything, man. We ain't got no power to do anything, and that's why people don't care to disrespect us. That's why people don't care to go against their own people in order to get some accolades or some money from a heathen and to get praise from a heathen, right? So they'll wear a KKK hoodie, right? And they won't care, right? They'll mock their own people and call them apes, call them gorillas, right? And they won't care, and they'll make sure that they do this in the midst of many heathens, man. And they won't care about doing these things, right? They ain't got no kind of thing that they won't say against their own people. But then when it comes to those rats in the land of Israel, they ain't got nothing to say. They turn into delicate kittens when it comes to talking about them. But when it comes to talking about their own people, they've got the ultimate courage, man. They think they're a mighty man of old when talking about their own people. But all of this disrespect that we get right now, we deserve it. But guess what, man? When we come out of this situation, everyone's going to deserve everything that we're going to give them. So all of you nations out there that you're disrespectful to the Negro, Latino, and Native American man right now, just be warned, man. Everything that you're saying now, and everything that you've said, everything that you're doing now, and everything that you've done, you're going to have to pay for it all, right? All the disrespect that you've did, you're going to have to pay for it, right? Any wickedness you've did against us, you're going to have to pay. And it doesn't matter whether you want to pay or not, you're going to. Just like how we didn't want to have to pay. We didn't think we was going to go through any of the things that we went through, but we went through them. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. So we're going to be chosen at the end of the day and set them in their own land. We're going to go back to our own land, which is Israel. Now you've got some people out there that because they've scoffed at the doctrine of the Israelites, right? That you've got these people that can be white supremacists getting all up on the stage trying to fake like they're about the Bible. And then you've got these people that don't know nothing, haven't got no kind of doctrinal defense against this wicked world. So they can't say nothing. Whereas if somebody tries to boast about their slave trade that we went through, and you say to them, guess what, man? We deserved that, right? But guess what? You're going to deserve what the fuck we're going to give you. What can they say to that? They'll be shook, man. An Edomite will be terrified if you tell them that. Okay, you say we went through Atlantic slave trade, it wasn't that bad. Okay, fair enough. That's what you think. Okay, well, we deserved all of that anyway. But guess what? When we repent, we're going to put you in something worse than that. How about that? What can they say? They get terrified to hear that kind of talk, man. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Now that clearly lines with us, man. That clearly lines with the Negro, Latino, and Native American. We're us taking our oppressors and oppressing them. That clearly lines up with that. But you've got these people out there that they want to try and, they'd rather burn every single Bible in the world than that be true. But guess what? It wouldn't matter if you burned every single Bible, because the word of Yahweh was made flesh and is dwelling at the right hand of Yahweh right now as we speak, man. Right now as I'm talking, the word of Yahweh exists right now and is immortalized right now. And the stage is already being set for his return onto this wicked, demonic-filled world, man. This is Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee. So all you people out there that want to say, oh, it wasn't me, it was my forefathers and all that. It wasn't me, it was the elites. Slavery only happened in the South, blah, 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 this and that. Listen, man, don't try and cop a plea. It don't matter where you say slavery happened, right? It don't matter what excuse you try and say. Oh, it was civilized, this. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Some of the slave masters did good to their people and all that. Listen, man, you shouldn't have put your hands on us. You should have bowed down and been our slave. If you want to really get down to the nitty-gritty of things, you should have been our slave. We should have never been your slave, man. We're not worthy to be your slave. But guess what? Like I said before, we deserved all of that because it was a punishment, man, for disobedience. But when we repent, which is already happening several times over, you people are going to deserve what we give you. Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 14, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So all the people that have got something to say against us now that have been running their mouths, they're going to be crying in that day, man, right? Seeking some mercy, right? And guess what? In a lot of cases, they're not going to find them. They're going to find an ass whooping, right? When Yahweh Shai comes back, our boldness levels are going to increase through the roof, man. That to where you people ain't going to be able to tell us nothing. And all of these so-called black women, Latino women and Native American women that really thought that Esau was the best man on earth are going to be humbled, man, because they're going to see the majesty of Yahweh Shai, and they're going to know that the men that are of their nation are about to be a lesser form of that, which the lowest form of what Yahweh Shai looks like is going to be greater by many times over than what the best form of an Edomite in this world looks like, man. But Eve has got her power in this world from Esau. But we've got our power for the next world from Yahweh Ba'Sham Yahweh Shai. And all you women are going to be humbled, man. All you wicked Israelite women out there, man, that you're running your mouths, you complete degenerates, you scumbags. And that's why Yahweh made you women have that nappy heads, man, where you can't grow long hair, man, right? Where you can't grow long hair. The Israelite man can grow hair longer than you Israelite women, man. And that's because you Israelite women have did a whole bunch of wickedness out here. And you're all getting ready to be humbled, man. Just watch. Just watch. It's fastly approaching, man. And in fact, I'm gonna put my aim at Esau, man, because Esau thinks in his mind, right? Esau thinks in his mind that everything that he did to us was because he was just some mighty warrior. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 6. I was wroth with my people because we sinned against Yahweh. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever. So that thou didst not lay these things to heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. And when you go into the Song of Moses, he speaks about how these heathen nations weren't wise, and if they understood the latter end, right? Because that Song of Moses is really speaking about the times that we're living through now, man, right? But it can be applied to all times, but it's being spoken about the times that we're living in now, the end, right? Verse 7, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, which is you Edomites, man, that you've got rich off the backs of our people, and then had the nerve to say later on that, oh, that money, oh, that slavery only helped the South. Well, listen, man, it don't matter what you want to try and apply and what lies you want to come up with, man, right? And think that you can try and alter history. You know it was wicked. You know it was wicked, and that's why you got all these excuses, man. And you're acting like it was just free labor that you did. You beat our nationality out of us, right? You put mental disease on our people, right? You stole our whole land. You made us not know who the hell we were, man. But you didn't know. You forgot that Yahweh exists, and you forgot that Yahweh deals with his people, the Israelites, in a certain way, and has always did that, man. There's always been this relationship between the Israelites and Yahweh, where the Israelites is a disobedient woman, a disobedient wife that strays away from her husband and always repents and gets her husband's love again. You forgot that. You forgot that, man, and you actually tried to put on yourself that you were Yahweh's wife, right? But when you put onto yourself that you were Yahweh's wife, you didn't do the things that you were supposed to do as the wife neither, and actually tried to divorce the husband also. So you heathens are gonna get it, man. Now you don't believe that, but just watch. When we get you in captivity, man, it's gonna be a cold, man. I can't. It's almost like the pride levels that you Edomites have right now. Like for you to be in a position that's you're not ready for it, man. You Edomites are not ready for what's coming your way, man. You're not ready. Like especially over here in the UK, man. If you ever been into the UK or if you're from the UK, you already know that these Ian McStrovers, posh spoken, Queen's English speaking demons, man. They're proud as hell, man. Right? And they think because they got that nasal twang voice that they're actually about something. And they're just idiots, man. They're just assholes. If we're being real, if I'm just speaking it in layman's terms, that these people are assholes. Verse 9, but these two things, in fact, verse 8, therefore hear now this thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. So you don't think that you're going to fall, but you're going to, though. But these two things shall come upon thee. Verse 9, Isaiah 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. And we ain't going to be there to try and comfort you like how we do now. You're not even going to be able to find a so-called black woman to comfort you right now, right? Like how the so-called black woman always there to massage your wounds, to massage your ego whenever you're feeling down, or whenever there's some raccoon that comes out and helps you Edomites feel comfortable whenever you're getting caught with the scriptures, and then some sellout comes out. Oh, nah, you can't say that. Nah, man, we can say that. We can say it, man. Verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee, because they do all this witchcraft, man. They do all this crazy stuff behind the scenes, and they actually thought that that really had strength to it, and Yahweh had to stomach making them receive power from these dumb things that they do, so that they trust in those things, man. Just so that they can be worthy of what he's going to give to them, which is complete extermination, man. You Edomites are weak as hell. You got all this pride. You run your mouth. You talk with this haughty voice, but you're scared to admit who you really are. You've had to lie and say that you're us and completely get rid of your actual nationality. Try to delete your actual nationality from the earth and say that you're Israel, and then try and give us make up another nationality for us, black or Mexican or Native American, rather than what we actually are. You've had to fake nationalities for us and try and steal ours, but then alter the one that you stole because you didn't want the name of Israel or the name Israelite to be within the earth. Because then people will start looking at what the Israelites actually did and realize that you're not living up to that standard, because you say that the mother decides whether you're an Israelite or not. But the Holy Scriptures and the history of the Israelites has always said that it's based on the father. Always. You wear these silly hats on your head, but the Bible don't speak about that. In fact, it says that a man shouldn't have his head covered. So where have you got that from? You made it up. You made that up, man. You wear black suits. Where does it say in the Bible to do that? To wear a black suit and a top hat? Where does it say that, man? Where does it say in the Bible that you're supposed to curl the sides of your hair? Where does it say that? Where does it say in the Bible that you're supposed to eat pork, but you're supposed to call it white steak or give it a code name, kazil? Where does it say that? Or does it say you're not supposed to eat pork? Where in the prophecy, which prophecy does it say in the Bible that the Israelites was going to return to the land, claim to be saved from the book of Ezekiel, but then there's going to be several Israelites that are going to be non-practicing, and they're also going to have the largest LGBTQHIJKLMNOP parade inland, but not receive the curses for sinning and for disobedience? Where's that in the scriptures? Where's that in the prophecies? Show it and let the world know. Where is it in the prophecies that the Israelites are not supposed to teach all the other nations the laws? Or when the Israelites return to the land, according to Isaiah the 2nd chapter and Micah the 4th chapter, are the Israelites supposed to teach the other nations to keep the laws? Are they supposed to do that? Yes, they are. That's an end time. You know what? I'm going to get it, man. You got all these people out there that want us, that they can sound like they know what they're talking about when they're on a video and they make a video scoffing against the Israelites and there's no Israelite to combat them. But when they're in front of an Israelite and they get asked some questions on the Bible, right? That's when their whole strength starts to crumble, man. As soon as you start reading the Bible, that's when the strength of Christianity starts to form, man. Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. So the law is supposed to come out of the Israelites. You got all these bogged out Christians out there that always want to say the Israelites are supposed to be a light to the Gentiles. Well, how come you ain't saying that to those people in London? How come you ain't saying that? How come you ain't saying nothing about them, in fact? How come you're scared to talk? Why? Why are you scared to say anything? Are you a coward? Is that what it is? Are you really a coward? How comes you've got 21 questions plus 5 more when it comes to the Hebrew Israelites saying that we're the Israelites, and you want to know how we believe that we are, but then those people in the land of Israel, you don't ask them the same questions? You don't get on the comment board and ask them to prove it and say to them, do you have a DNA going back to Abraham? Or do you have a DNA going back to 2,000 years? Or you don't say that to them, but you say it to us. Don't that make you a hypocrite? Doesn't that make you a hypocrite to say something like that? Verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Now, what are Russia and Ukraine doing right now? Is it not war? So obviously this prophecy has not been fulfilled, but why has it not been fulfilled? Has it not been fulfilled because this prophecy is supposed to happen in parts? So the Israelites are supposed to go back in the land, and then they're not supposed to be righteous for a time. Nah, that's not what it is, man. Them people in the land right now, they don't even believe that the Messiah's came yet. But when you go to Daniel's 9th chapter, he's supposed to have came already, right? When you go to the book of Daniel's 9th chapter, there's a prophecy that speaks about the time frame that the Messiah is supposed to arrive. That was spoken to Daniel. So them saying that he hasn't came yet, they missed it then. How about that? Because either you believe what the Bible says or you don't. If you believe what the Bible says, then that means he's came already. So who was it? According to what they say? Or are they still saying, well, mate, we're waiting for the Messiah to show up? That's exactly what they're saying. Or are they saying that they don't even believe in him at all? But you Christians ain't got nothing to say on this, man. Because you just hate us because you're racist along with them. And we don't care. Because if you don't like me, guess what? I don't like you neither. I don't really care, man. I ain't gonna beg none of you heathens to try and like me. Fuck you. To be honest with you. Because you're supposed to hate us anyway. You're supposed to be the devil. You're doing an excellent, exquisite job of doing your demonic role, man. You're supposed to be like this. You're supposed to, every single time you see a Negro, hate his guts in your heart. You're supposed to, when there's a job to hand out, even though he's more qualified, try and not give it to him. But you haven't got power to do one more evil against us than what Yahweh gives you the ability to do, man. There's a certain amount of things that you're not allowed to do to us. And that's why everyone that believes this doctrine, and it's the truth, that's why they haven't been rooted out of the earth, because they can't, man. If they was to try and do that, Yahweh will just show them what he's working with regarding power, man, and bring angels right now to the earth. If they try to just think that they can just try and roll up to our houses and start slaying us, man, he'd just make angels come and defend us right now, man. And if you can read about things like that happening in the scriptures, wherever these heathens tried to get out of line and we was doing the things we're supposed to do, angels came out of the heavens and started fighting against these heathens, man, against these Edomites in particular. And you can read about it in the book of Maccabees, right? And I didn't even plan on making this video go this long, man, but I just wanted to make this point, man, that we deserved to go for the Atlantic slave trade, man. But they're going to deserve what we give them, right? We deserved the Atlantic slave trade. They're going to deserve what we give them, man. And I want to really nail that point home, man, right? That we deserved all the evil things that happened to us in the Atlantic slave trade. We deserved all of it, man. All the things that we went through right now, all the things that we're going to go through, we deserve it all because we sinned. And even deeper than that, we're in a process of going through everything that you need to go through that's necessary to be a God on earth and be a ruler of the earth forever. So that when we're in charge, no one of these nations can try and say, you don't know what it feels like to be in this position. Yeah, we do. There ain't no complaint that you heathens are going to be able to have against us that we haven't experienced from your hand. There ain't going to be no Israelite that hasn't experienced what one of you heathens are going to experience in our kingdom. Now I'm going to get this last prophecy, man. Because that's what the Bible is about. You got these Christians that are just running around trying to say that salvation is for everybody. What about prophecies, man? Does prophecy back up what you're saying? Does the prophecies of the end times back up that everyone's going to be equal, floating on angels' wings? No, it don't. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 27. And the kingdom, right? And dominion, yeah? And the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Now those people are the Israelites. Psalms 84 and 14, Psalm 148, and 14 lets you know that. Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. So that don't sound like equality to me, serving and obeying. Just like how it wasn't equality right now in this world, man. We ain't equal with Esau in this world, right? If Esau we could literally commit a crime, and Esau commits exactly the same crime at the same time, on the same day, in the same place, and our judgment's going to be different than his. Even if we all had committed the same amount of crimes prior, and at the same age, at the same height, the thing that would stand out is that we're an Israelite and they're not one. They're a heathen, and the judgment's going to be different, man. Everyone knows this. Everybody knows this, man, but they try and pretend like they don't see it. Everybody's got something to say whenever we say something about how the world's wicked, but they don't have the same energy with the average level Edomite, and then they definitely don't have the same energy when it comes to Amalek, a certain tribe of Esau, man, who live in the land of Israel right now. They don't have nothing to say about that tribe in particular. They become cowards when it comes to say that, but they don't care to say things against our head tribe. Here it is, our head tribe is the African American, the tribe of Judah. And the world is bold as hell to say things against that tribe. And that's the tribe that Yahushai came from. And they're bold to say things against Yahushai himself. Because they ain't seen him. But if they could see him, right, they wouldn't open their mouths, man. And that's why when they see him, they're going to be crying, man. Every nation is going to wail because of him. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. So they're going to be crying when they see him, man. Because they're going to know that they messed up big time. They're going to know, man, that they went too far, and that now they're going to have to pay. And they're going to know that what we said is true, that we deserve that. They're going to know that Deuteronomy 28 was talking about us then. Whereas right now, they don't believe it really. They're scared, but they're still trying to put that doubt in their mind, man. They're still trying to force that cognitive dissonance in their mind to like, nah, these people are just black. Nah, they're just Mexicans. Nah, they're just Latinos and Native Americans. They even try and bother us in our day-to-day lives to try and confirm that stuff, man. But watch, man. They're going to have to pay. Shalom.